In this video, I'm gonna show you how to transform your footage from looking like this to looking like this, with just 2 easy steps. It's actually a little bit more than 2 steps initially, but once you have everything set, then it's gonna be like 2 seconds of work.
Go where you wanna go, do what you're gonna do what you wanna do, go where you wanna go. Get on with it, come on, get on with it, come on, get on with it.
When I'm color grading, I like to be super efficient and super fast with it just because I don't want to spend all day doing it. This is the way I color grade all of my videos, and I do it this way because I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but I still want to get a really good picture. So with that, let's get into it. Okay, so we're in Premiere Pro right here, and this is the clip that I just recorded 2 seconds ago. And if you couldn't tell, it's kind of gray, and that's because this is recorded with C-Log, and basically C-Log is, or any log profile, is just a flat profile so that you can get the best possible picture from your footage after the fact. But obviously we have to correct it and fix it because it doesn't look very good right now. And to do that, like I said, it's gonna be 2 steps. First, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go into Premiere and we're gonna make an adjustment layer, which you're gonna go down here and click on this little guy, adjustment layer. It's gonna ask you the dimensions, that's okay. And now I'm gonna drag the adjustment layer on top of our footage. And then I'm actually gonna do a second adjustment layer, dragging the same one above that one. And the reason I do 2 is so that I have a little more control over the 2 things that I'm gonna do. So the first adjustment layer is gonna be just a correction. Basically, I'm gonna take this footage and convert it to a Rec 709. And I'm just gonna go to my LUTs. Grab it. Okay, so it looks better, but the second step is gonna help give it a little more punch and a little more contrast. So what I'm gonna do is I actually have it saved as a preset, and I'll go over what these are doing in a second. I'll go over, drag this preset on here, boom. That's it. I'm literally done with the color grade. Took like 2 seconds. So to kind of go into a little more depth on what I'm actually doing with these 2 steps, the first adjustment layer, the one right here, is acting as just a correction, basically getting it from C-Log to a Rec 709 profile. And then the second layer I'm basically using as a way to fine tune it to make it look a little bit more like me and to make it look like something that I'm happy with. So the first layer, I'm literally just dragging and dropping a LUT, and you can get Rec 709 LUTs from Canon or anywhere else on the internet, but that's all that is. That's basically just a corrective LUT. After I've put the Rec 709 conversion LUT on the first layer, then I'm gonna go to the second layer on the top, and that one is basically gonna dial in the look that I want and kind of fine tune it to what I think looks good. In this top layer, I'm only actually doing 2 things. I'm using a program called colorgrade, but you can do this in Lumetri or any other color correction tools that come native with your editing software. So for the sake of this video, I'm gonna go ahead and turn off colorgrade, and we're just gonna use Lumetri to edit this. So we're gonna go over to this basic correction tab. I only do 2 things. One, I'm gonna up the contrast a little bit to make it punch a little bit more. Right there you can tell it looks a little less gray, a little more punchy. And then 2, I'm just gonna warm it up just a little bit, just because I think it looks a little bit better for me and my skin tones when it's a little warmer. And that's basically it. Like I said, it takes 2 seconds, but for me it gives me consistency, and it also, I'm able to accomplish this really quick, especially after you have presets and stuff dialed in. Like I said, this is designed to be really quick and really fast, and I hardly ever have to correct any footage. If anything, it's going to be fixing the white balance from the original clip, or upping or bringing the exposure down just because I did something in the camera where I messed up. But 9 times out of 10, this is all I have to do, just drag 2 adjustment layers on and put those 2 things in there, and it's good to go. If you have any questions about this, feel free to leave a comment down below. And with that, I'm gonna go.